One SUV had a hole ripped in the middle of its roof, with the impact point right next to the World Central Kitchen logo. The convoy was returning from an aid delivery in a supposedly safe, deconflicted zone when Israeli media say a drone launched 3 missiles a few minutes apart at each car. Those inside reportedly tried to save themselves by scrambling into the next vehicle, but eventually all 7 were killed. Eyewitness Shuaib Al-Jaras said the vehicles were distributing food. We saw that the Israelis had targeted the foreigners inside the car. In Rafah, the workers' passports confirmed who'd been killed.
Hey, this is Zomi and Chef Olivia.
Among the dead, 43-year-old Zomi Frankham from Australia, a longtime volunteer, a Polish man, 3 British nationals, a dual Canadian-American citizen, and their Palestinian driver, who was buried Tuesday. Israel's prime minister said the aid convoy was attacked in error. There was a tragic case of our forces unintentionally hitting innocent people in the Gaza Strip. This happens in wartime, said Benjamin Netanyahu. From Israel's key allies, there were expressions of outrage, but no other repercussions.
But we expect a broader investigation to be conducted and to be done so in a swift and comprehensive manner.
While these are the first foreign aid workers killed in Gaza, almost 200 Palestinians working with the UN have also died, along with civilians trying to get food, making such deaths an increasingly frequent occurrence rather than an exception, says this former Israeli peace negotiator.
We have seen incident after incident where attempts to get supplies in have ended up seeing innocent civilians killed. Now those delivering the aid have also fallen prey to those Israeli strikes.
World Central Kitchen and other private aid agencies have now stopped operations in Gaza, and ships sent from Cyprus with more than 200 tons of aid have turned back.
Israel's creating not only a breakdown of order and a vacuum, but then the people who try to fill it are also being targeted. It's very hard not to see this as some kind of strategy of using aid as a weapon.
So, Chris, the United Nations is calling this another enormous setback in the efforts to simply feed Gaza.
Well, this convoy, Adrienne, was passing through an area known as a deconfliction zone, which is intended to ensure that food can be delivered to very hungry people in an orderly way and without the threat of fighting. Today, the UN said Israel must adhere to those deconfliction rules. Israel's government, on the other hand, claims there is no food crisis in Gaza, that enough trucks are entering and the distribution problems, rather, are not its fault. But the UN and every other aid agency in Gaza disputes that. Adrienne.
All right, Chris Brown in London for us tonight. Thank you, Chris.
Thanks.
Justin Trudeau is also demanding an investigation into the killing of the 7 aid workers.
There needs to be clarity on how this happened, and we need to make sure that we are pushing continually towards a ceasefire so more aid workers are not in danger as they try to respond to the suffering on the ground in Gaza.
And the Prime Minister went on to call the incident unacceptable and said those responsible must be held accountable.